Today is the today is the day that it is. So I'm doing this video. Um, I've been up for a while. So mother's presence again. And she had been saying some things to me. That same basically something dealing with some of the same things, but um oh boy. First I was told to say that this is some dangerous energy that's out here now. I was told to say that the energy is really dangerous. So I'm throwing that out there. I don't know why. It's really dangerous energy. It's potent, powerful. Oh boy, you talk about powerful. This is some powerful energy. So now keep in mind, I'll say some things to you, but then energy is powerful. It's potent. It is the most. I mean, this is the strongest energy. There has never been energy like this before. This is how powerful this energy is. So she says to me, all that rifting and rafting and fussing and fighting. Um, in my mind, she's saying not to be tolerated. So there's no, how can I say it? There's no rifting and rafting. That's not the energy. So that's not what you're gonna hear come out of me at all. Now, when it was time for that at that time, I did that because that was her. And she blew up. And she blew up for a reason. And she got a point across. And she used me to get the point across. But anyway, so it's basically saying some of the same things, but it's to make a point. It's not rifting, it's not rafting, it's none of those things. So the thing is, she said, keep in mind about the first time I told you, she said to be mindful, be cautious, be alert. She said, watch. She said, listen. She says to pay attention. Now, she'll tell me things in the spiritual realm, cosmos, and and celestial. She'll tell me things. But then she always brings it back. Now, I told you it's always a man most of the time. She took me to Crystal Light one time, but it's mostly men. She sent me this one particular man, really. So she sends me to him. Go, it's like I said, it's magic. It's like, go pick that up. Go look at this. I need you to go see this. Say, okay, I go do what she asked me to do. So then I look. What did the man say? He started talking about the powers of the goddess. That's what he said. And then we're just going to use goddess because that's what the title was. So I'm listening. Listen to the whole thing. So it's talking about the said prophecy now at the end times talks about the prophecy of the goddess coming back, doing her thing. But she's supposed to come back because it's her time to stand. It's no man that stands there with her. How about the man she sent me to said, the man is always trying to be like the woman. He said that. The man said that. The brother said this. So then the brother goes on and he says, oh, he's sweet. So he says, he goes on to say that, I think he said European, it was the European thing where they wanted to be like the woman. So they know the woman has her thing every monthly. He goes through the motions of cutting himself just so he can do this thing. This is how sick and twisted these people are. So then he goes on and he says that the dominating patriarchal, he said that's over. Mother had, I've been saying that the whole time because it's been coming from Mother. But he was saying specific things to say, that I was picking up and stuff like that. He took it back to Hathor, right? Then I say, Mother said, she told me to go back to Hathor. Prehistoric times, he spoke about that too. But she already said that. When she speaks to me, I tell you what she says. I don't go to anybody's page. I don't copy anyone. I tell you specifically what Mother says to me, and I give it to you. I've talked about the six. We're going to talk about the things that have been said. I talked about the 666. I was disputed. Took that away from the Mother, even though she gave me the words to say. Disputed and said, no, that's not right. It's divine man. It's carbon. It's the man. It's the man. The man is the hand of God. You saw it. If you didn't see it, go look at it. So that was disputed. I said, Mother said it was the east. It said mark of the beast again. Took the Mother's words away and put that man right back where he was at. But then come back, reiterate what I say, repeat it the next time, and said the Mother sent him to say the same thing about the 666 being the divine woman. When they said it was the divine man, when I said it, no, I was wrong. But Mother told me something, took it from me, gave it to him to give him overstanding of what she had already told me that he disputed in the first place and said it was a divine man. She says to look. She says to watch. She says to open your ears and pay attention of what is being done here. This is what's being done. Now, she stopped me from doing that video. And there was some things in that video that I couldn't say at that time. So I never said it. I made it. She didn't want me to put it out there. So I didn't. Got plenty of things to show, but I couldn't. Okay, so now watching and looking, same thing. When I said prehistoric times, I said the woman is prehistory. She's before man. He doesn't know how old she is. Y'all heard me say what Mother says to say. They come right back again, reiterate, repeat the same thing. I told you, Mother said, all those books was corrupted. And didn't I say that? I even did the funny voice. I said that. You heard me say that. Come right back. Now all of a sudden, there's fault with the books. But yet still in all, still continue to come at you with these books. I don't use any books because I said the only time they come into play if she say go read that, or not necessarily read it. It's really to tell you something, to give it for those who can't picture it in their mind. They may need something to look at. But that's how many times have I done that? That's not often. So I don't have books. I go by what is given to me internally through the books that are given to me for me to use. That's Akasha. I ain't got no more books. Sorry. That's it. I got books here, but that's the book that I read from. That is the true book of life. That's the only book you got. That's the book of life. Akasha. That's her book. So I say that. Next thing I know, that turns into the Ra situation. Put Ra right, put the Ra God man right back up there again. You need to continue to listen to what is being done. Threw the man up there. Talked about chaos. First mother is chaos. He said she was chaos. Listen to the double talking, the duality. Man came up with duality. I'll explain that, what the man said. Talked about chaos. Chaos was this, chaos was that. But yet, still in all, still talking about Tiamat. Tiamat is a part of the great mother. That is the dragon. That is the serpent. I told you that the 666 was that because mother said that's what it was. The serpent and the dragon was going to be together again. What did he do? Talk against it. Now all of a sudden, he's talking about the serpent and the dragon. Since when? I thought that was divine man. Now all of a sudden, he picks up the divine woman again. She said to listen and pay attention to the dual mess that is going on up and through here right about this time. This is some dangerous, dangerous energy. It is full of fire, intense heat and fire. And it has never been this has never been before. Scared the white man half to death. He terrified. But anyway, so I'm busy telling you what the mother is saying to me. He's calling the mother a liar. He might as well just come out and say what mother say is a lie. But she gonna give it to him. She gives him overstanding of the things that she already said to me, that he talking about something that, so I told you about the books. Then he goes on to say that the books had been revised. Didn't I tell you that already a long time ago? That mother said the books was being revised and reiterated and translated and stuff. I told you that. That's the white man. He's telling these damn lies. Now, what is being done? He takes Ra, the man, throw him back over there, but then tell you that Ra came, no, Isis came before Ra. So, listen to the duality of the thing. Mother says, get a piece of paper and do this right here, because this is what she told me. You know, they say the Lord God, right? He called mother the Lord at one point, just like he said mother was Yahweh. Now all of a sudden, the Most High in Yahweh and the Lord God is the opposite in the opposition. But yet still in all, he called her those things already and said she was Yahweh. That came from this other sister named Shekinah. Y'all remember this now. Don't forget these things, because trust and believe, mother's filling my head with everything that came out of his mouth. He said it came from Sister Shekinah, and she told him something, and he thanked her for it, because she said that Yahweh was supposedly had been mother. He took it and he twisted and he said some things that he wanted to say, because it was some things that she said that he wasn't in agreement with. So he twisted and he took it and he said he thanked her for it. And he said mother was Yahweh. He said that. Yes, he did. He sure did. He called Ra the Most High. Remember what he said. Keep in mind, open your head. He said that Ra was the Most High. That's what he called Ra. So now the Most High is bad. So is Jehovah. He's still talking about Jesus. Why is he still talking about Jesus? She said, I'm going to say it again, pay attention. Now going back to this word, Lord. They spell Lord Lord. Now don't they? Yes, they do. Get a piece of paper. Write down the word Lord, because it spells Lord. Write down the word dual, Dual. Take dual and go backwards. Now tell me that don't spell Lord. Just not the way they spell it, because let me tell you something. The gifts of the Spirit, mother's gifts. She said, I will give you the treasures of darkness. That's what she said. Mother gives you treasures. She gives you gifts. One of my gifts was to write for my mama. what they call a sibyl, the oracle, the holy revel is what she called me, because I saw that in the dream and she called me that. She said, "Oh, hello, revel of holy." That's what she called me. I wrote for my mama now. So when she taught me what she taught me about the spinning of these words, when she gave back, when the book said, "You will remember yourself in the land," but it was really gland of your captivity. That was one of the gifts that she had given me, and I'm not the only one with that gift. She made mine active at this time to see the fuck shit that is being done right before your eyes, to see the sneaky, twisted thing that has been done by man. He did this. So the whole while you're being spoken to, you are being twisted up at the same time. Same thing, twisted up. Say one thing and do the other. You cannot serve two masters. I'm going to tell you about the dream again, about the teaching of what this man was teaching, and me sitting in a room by myself, because mother's teachings are set apart, holy and true. There are no lies floating in mother's words, because the great mother don't tell no lies. But she is being lied on. Like I said, this is some dangerous energy here. People need to be treading lightly. Okay, so then the dream went just like this. I was in a space because she said, "I have something I want to show you." And she said she would be with me. But before I say this, I want y'all to know something. It was being said that somebody was trying to get rid of the man and do something without the man. Did I or did I not speak in a tone or tune to talk about the righteous man? Didn't I say that? Did mother or did mother not have me to speak in a different tone that's not made by man to talk about the righteous man? Did she or did she not say those things? Ain't nobody trying to do away with their man. Hell no. No. Hell no. And no again. Ain't nobody trying to get rid of her man. So I'll be the first one, I'll be the one to say here on this video, to tell, I love my men. Always have and always will. When I would dream, I'd be in the defense of our men. So ain't nobody trying to get rid of no man, period. That's what was said to you, that something was being done to override this Ra. You see that same man she took me to, he said there's two different Ra's. There's a Amun, and then there's plain old Ra, the man. He talked about this time right here. So when they tried to put this man next to her to suck up the energy, I told you, he's standing, he doesn't have any power, so he has to plug himself into the outlet to get the power. She cut the lights off. The electricity is gone now. You're going to see things fall all to pieces right about now. It has already fallen to pieces. They just hiding it. They won't let you see it. Oh, that James Webb cam. Oh, that thing. They done cut that thing off and slapped it back on. They see the 3-eye atlas. She ain't happy. The stars I said something about that. Come talk about the stars too. It's more to those stars than meet the eye. I just haven't said it because she didn't want me to. Being echoed. And then when I'm being echoed, it's never in agreement with what mother says. So you can't say that you're for her and you're talking about chaos. You cannot speak bad about chaos because chaos is mother. Chaos is Kali. So how you going to speak against chaos? And then talk about Tiamat when Tiamat is the great mother also. All of this is a part of mother. Those are the different aspects of the great mother. Those are the goddesses. We're gonna say her daughters. We're gonna say that too. We're just gonna leave that there. So those are those though they belong to mother. They hers. So before I get back to the dream, there's a woman, there's a chick. She's on that TikTok. That same near thing that was said about the chaos and getting that she said that. Her name is the Messenger. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all go to the Messenger on the TikTok, pull her up, and watch her say the same thing that he said. He probably went there and got that from her. I heard her say the same thing way before he heard that. I call my sister because at first she was talking about where the woman came from. And so I began to listen to her. But then she started throwing that thing about there was Kai, and she was saying the difference between Kai and the great mother. Because we came from the great mother, the women did, right? So then she was saying that Kai was against the mother, this, that, and that, and chaos and this stuff and that. Then so I stopped listening to her and I left that where it was at. I believe that's where that came from. But you be the judge. Her name is the Messenger. She has this short curly hair and she wears these black glasses. That's her identity. So go on over there and go check that out. Y'all think I'm playing. When I tell you I'm speaking to my mama, our mother, and she's talking to me, I'm not lying to you. I ain't got a damn thing to lie about. I'm not harnessing no energy for no stupid crap. I got my own. I can use that too. But I'm mother's daughter. I ain't no man. I don't need to plug into no electrical socket. I don't. But getting back to the dream. So the dream went like this. Troublemakers. There was a sister. She was in the store now, minding her business. She got a cart. She's shopping. That's what mother took me to see. So she's shopping. White woman cashier was there. A white woman that was shopping was there. But then there, everything was fine. So it was only us four standing there at that time. So then here comes this woman that works at the store. Now she's the troublemaker. She's a troublemaking white woman. She comes up. She started following the sister around the store, And here comes another woman, another white woman. She came. They harassing her now. The woman at the cash register, she said nothing. Wasn't phasing her. It wasn't her, so she didn't address it. But there was another white woman that was standing next to me. She saw that wasn't right. She opened her mouth and she addressed the situation. And I'm listening to her just saying her thing. And she was not happy with what had taken place. So, next thing I knew, here comes another sister. She begins to attack this black woman, this sister. She ain't did nothing to nobody. She's just as innocent. All she was doing was shopping. That's it. Until she was harassed. Now, the sisters, here comes another one. They begin to attack. This one woman ain't did nothing to nobody. Well, the two white women gone now after they done started all this shit. They left. So now all of the dark-skinned women are fighting and bickering. But the two white women weren't involved in this bickering. It was just our people just fussing and beating on, and so I get ready to step up to stop it because I saw enough and I had it. But this word came over me, this name, and I say the name, and then the women, stop. We begin to sing in a tone, this name, and it put ease upon the women. So we had to stop bickering because that presence was there. Mother gave me the presence to leave there, so I left it there. I go over to the other side. That's why I'm telling you, ain't nobody trying to get rid of no man. Hell nah. So I go over to the other side, and that's where the brothers were. But I couldn't see the brothers like that. They were stuck behind the concrete and cement. That same near tone, they weren't singing because they were stuck behind something. I sent that to them through my mind. I put that there so that they can feel that energy also. But I could see this face. Like I said, it reminded me of the place that I went to, and somebody was watching a moon. It was a moon. Somebody was watching that video. She was on a concrete slab. I believe that's what that was, but I couldn't make out. It just come to me that I believe that's what, but that's not the word that I was saying though. But I believe that could have been her, and the face was getting wider and wider, but I still couldn't make the face out. That is the mother, Mu. Doesn't have anything to do with no Ra. So they combine the two together to make one. This is what the white man and them have done. They trying to imitate and simulate the woman. So they don't have no power now. But let's get back to the brothers. So then I leave that energy with the brothers to give them what I gave, what mother what mother showed me. I gave it to the women, had to give it to him too. Ain't nobody trying to get rid of no man. I told you in another dream, there was a rotten brother. He was attacking his mother in that dream. There was another brother that was on the same side as me, but it formed, all these things be forming angles. When the white women and me were together and the sisters, it formed an angle. There was a triangle there. The angle was there. This time in this dream here, that angle was there also because I sat. There was another brother on the left, another brother on the right. The mother was on the floor while that other brother was strangling her with this wire, pulling it around her. She laid on the floor, lifeless. She wasn't dead, but she was still. But he was trying to choke her. So the other brother could not move. You see what I'm saying? The men cannot move. The first set of men were behind the concrete and the cement. This brother could not move. He was frozen. He only moved until I, on the L-shaped position, was sitting up in the L-shaped position. I couldn't really do anything because I was halfway there and halfway not. When I came to myself, you shall remember yourself in the gland of your captivity. It said land, but it's gland, that triangle in your head when you got your memory back. So I got up off the couch. I asked my brother over here to help me and assist me that we would work together. The brother over here disappeared. I then grabbed this this thing that was being wrapped around her neck. And I asked him to help me take that bind off of our mother. That's what I did. I was able to put peace on the brothers. They behind a concrete and cement wall. I never disrespect him in my dreams. I was always for him. So that thing about getting rid of the man, hell nah, ain't nobody trying to get rid of no masculine man. Absolutely not. I told you about, let me tell you about another dream. Y'all think I'm playing. I ain't freaking playing. I'm looking at my book and I'm reading my own freaking book. It was me and another man. We were together in this apartment. An apartment was on a corner, shaped just like an angle. The window was wide open. I could see his house it was on the third floor. I could see his house, but there was some men on the second floor. This is how come I know it's the third floor. There was some men on the second floor, some brothers on the second floor. They were looking out the window. I said, look at your house, it's right there. Well, he decides he wanted to step outside of the window. He does go out the window and he stands on the windowsill. He extends his hand for me to come and join him. I said, no, I'm not going to go out that window with you so I could slip off the ledge and fall. He slips. He fell. Now he's dangling. Did I leave him to fall? No. I kindly walked my happy ass onto that window and extended my hand out to him to pull him back inside of the house. That's what I did. Ain't nobody against our men. No, we not. They broke up our family. And she was the culprit. I didn't see no man at that time. She is in the middle of this thing. That's why when that man said what he said about her, that was peaches and cream to me. Because he said that and that came from a man. He had to read her. She's in the middle. That woman's lib thing, they use the feminine energy. They use the black woman to help them get that. And then when she got her status, she lost her damn mind. That's what she did. Yes, she did. Why you think they sit up there in our places that we came from? One thing that's not going to happen, be it known, because I don't never hear him say that. If you think, any man, if you think that mother's daughters are not going to be put back in the status that they came from, you got another thing coming. Yes, they are. They're going back where they came from. So that's what that's about. Trying to say one thing and do the other. But like she said, be mindful, pay attention, look at what's being done. You are being sold two different things at one time. That's that duality garbage. He did that so he could try to be like the woman. Now say old King James ain't nothing but an old faggot anyway. He was gay. So of course he want to be like her from the pure D jealousy. That's what that is. Nothing but jealousy. First, I was told about the books, that those books meant something. Those books don't mean nothing to me. I don't need those books. I really don't. I'm not saying all women, the women that I see, they're not reading out no books. The majority of them women ain't reading out no books that I be seeing. I don't need to highlight nothing. I don't need to circle anything. Everything that I got is pure, cosmic, generated information from the celestial realm. Terrestrial, extraterrestrial, I don't care what you call it. That's where it came from. It didn't come from nowhere else. I don't have nobody else's thoughts in my mind. That is the white man's thoughts. Now that you, okay, let me ask you something. I'm going to say to ask you this. You got all this information, which, like I said, Inky and Enlil. Inky is Kai. Enlil is Lilith. If you take, I'm going to tell you about these words again. If you take those two words, it says En. Try putting a D. Separate the word and put an En. You already got the En, right? Add that D there. They're going to end Lilith. Put Lilith to sleep and make Lily a man and call Lily Enlil. Keep that in mind. Kai, who happens to be feminine. They put an E and an N, put a D there. Move Kai out the way and stick that man right there. So they done ended Kai and made Kai a man instead of Kai's natural self, which is a woman. Where you think they get that daggone androgynous shit from? One side that, one side this. But let me share one more dream with you to tell you that is the mother and the daughter. That is the son and the mother. Now, the daughter. Now let me tell you something. I shared this dream with you before. But let me redo this. I was with a man. Me and a man. In his name, he had Da in it. Okay. He was speaking to me. Now, I'm in a hospital setting. So the man says to me, Sharice, Star wants to see you. I said, Star? He said, yes, Morning Star. This is my travel. This is my dream. So I turn around. I go and I see two women on the left-hand side of me. The mother was in a hospital bed. And the bed was next to the wall. The daughter was on the floor, but she was on this pallet. You know, I used to make a little pallet on the floor. She was on a pallet-like thing next to her mother. I turned to my right, and that the one named Morning Star that was wanted to see me. It was a character, looked like it was a short character, but it never spoke to me. It was what it looked like. It had on a jumpsuit type of thing. The jumpsuit had one color. It was a pillar, like the left and the right side. It was two different colors it was wearing. One side was green. The other side was a golden yellow. That is the mother and her daughter. Green and gold gold or yellow. Those two colors, mother and daughter. And then I look at him and I ask him a question. Still didn't get this one though. I asked him which one of them was gonna go first because I wasn't sure they was in the hospital. They were put in a position where they were both laying down. They were both laying down, these two women. So it's the mother and the daughter that had been messed up. Our mother and her daughter and daughters. This has nothing to do with him. Again, I'll say the same thing. Period. Nothing to do with him. It's what had been done to her. And keep in mind that she was here first. So all that other stuff came from somewhere else. That is man's garbage. And as I talk to you, I hear the drums beating in my ear. Talking to you right now. I hear the drums. I can hear them. Like I said, you can't serve two masters. Get your ass on that side and stay over there. Mother said, be mindful, listen, watch, and hear. Pay attention. Pay special attention. Don't forget and put the cards down on the table, hold them up, face them towards you. Keep on looking at what is being done. And another thing, now that you got all these stories, right? Man-made stories, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with those stories? Are those stories helping you to learn any? What you done got all these people. They done told you about all these people, who they are, what they is, this, that, and the third. So who and what are you gonna do with this stuff? When you look at, and plus another thing, when you look at these two, which they made people, because the man is constantly putting himself somewhere. He pencils himself into stuff. So now let's deal with the word. The two where you spell Horus. Horace, Horus. And it's a name, right? Heru, she called me that already. But like I said, I don't see men. I see women. I don't see no men. Whore. The whole race. The whole race. The song that say, Kali and the whole race. It's a race of people. Not just one man. It's a people. Horus. The whole are us. That's what it's saying to you. Let man tell it. That's why that song said, wake up everybody. Time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. Speak the truth. Ain't that what it said? Speak the truth. False, false, false. Speak the truth. She gave me that song. And guess what? That is one of the songs from the Sounds of Philadelphia. The true city of sisterly love, and they took it and called it brotherly. You see how they took and infiltrated the woman's space? And they still want to do the same thing by sticking a man in her place? Same old thing. But she said, hold it. Don't you make no video right now. Listen, watch. Oh, what she said. But hey, that's all I had to say. And that's it.